Hi there. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with me and to find out all about the Metabolic Balance Program. So, I'm Courtney Metcalf. I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner, a professional health and wellness coach, and a metabolic balance coach. As an NTP, I've been trained to work on finding the root problems in the body that are causing our symptoms. In my experience, it has been very difficult to pinpoint that root problem if your nutrition is off. And I truly believe that if we don't first work on the foundation of nutrition, we have a really hard time pinning down, like getting to the pinpoint of what the symptoms in the body are coming from. Also, what I found with my clients, what they struggle with the most is what to eat. They just need some kind of plan. There's just so much conflicting information out there that it's hard to know what to do. And that is where metabolic balance comes in. It is a personalized nutrition plan and it is based on your blood work. And believe it or not, as soon as you work on making those nutritional changes, many of your symptoms will resolve on their own. Okay, so what is covered in this video? We're going to talk about what metabolic balance is, what's included in the 12-week program, what you can expect to achieve, and then what the commitment and what the cost is. So, metabolic balance is an all natural nutrition program, and it brings balance to your hormones, it optimizes your health, and it leads to an energy filled life with a very big bonus result of long term weight management. So, metabolic balance was developed over 25 years ago by Dr. Wolf Funfack in Germany. The program was originally designed to support his patients in his practice with metabolic syndrome. And so that is for those people who are suffering with hypertension, high cholesterol, diabetes, obesity, and some other health problems. And he found that by studying the chemistry of one's individual lab values and then also studying the chemistry of the food, that he could actually use food as a prescription to heal the inflammation, and this in turn helps reverse metabolic syndrome. And by doing this, also his patients achieved optimal body weight. So, fast forward to today, metabolic balance is recognized as the most effective method for long term weight management. So, the foundation of the program is metabolic balance's unique capability to develop a truly personalized nutrition plan based on in-depth analysis of your unique blood values, your medical history, and your likes and your dislikes. Your personalized nutrition plan acts as your roadmap, and it indicates exactly which natural foods you should eat in order to orchestrate that biochemical change that is needed to reach your desired weight and health goals. So, metabolic balance is 100% natural. There is no prescribed injections, no pills, no shakes, no proprietary foods. There's no need to keep points or count your calories. You can get all of the nutrient rich foods at your local grocery store, at your farmer's market. There is an exception here in the States, rye bread. It can be kind of harder to find in the States, and so you may have to order from a bakery, but I am here to help you with that. So we are able to, well, all of us are able to produce hormones and enzymes, and that is needed to create a balanced metabolism. And so then with that balanced metabolism, your body is able to let you know what foods that contain certain nutrients that your body needs. And that's where your inner signals come through, like your appetite and your dislikes. And that is achieved only when you have a balanced metabolism. Okay, so, some of the things that you can expect from the program: you can get weight loss, improved energy, hormonal balance, better sleep, improved moods, less bowel and stomach problems, improved immune function. There's also a potential for reduction or elimination of the need for high blood pressure medications, cholesterol medications, diabetic medication. Of course, this is with you and your doctor. I'm just saying that there is a potential there. Also, a reduction in allergies and intolerances. You can improve your joint inflammation and pain that goes with it. Sufferers of PCOS or type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, these all can see huge benefits from this program. You can save money on your weekly grocery bills. The program actually will pay for itself in just a few months. And Metabolic Balance has the highest success rate for for lifelong health benefits in weight management. Okay, so let's look at some of these graphs. I have two graphs to show you, and these are about blood sugar levels. So this first one, this is for those of you who are grazers. So every time that you consume food, it's going to impact your insulin to some degree. So yes, like your starchy foods, your carbohydrates, your sugars, these are going to spike your insulin heavily, but your proteins and your fats, not so much. So in this picture, you can see if you are grazing throughout the day, this kind of purple area here is where your body is in the state. It has the ability to burn energy, and that is meaning that it is burning fat. And it does that because your insulin levels are low during this time. So when you consume small meals throughout the day, you're having these little dips all throughout the day. You're eating snacks, you're eating lunch, and then you give yourself just a little bit of a break. And so your body burns fat during that. So you just all day you have these little ups and downs throughout the day. So, in contrast, this graph here shows what it's like with the metabolic balance program. So, you have a much longer ability to burn energy because one of the parts of metabolic balance, and we'll talk about it in a minute, is to have exactly 3 meals per day. And so, every time that you consume a balanced meal, your insulin should go up, but it should come back down over the course of about 2 hours. And so, these 3 meals a day, that means it's up for 6 hours. Therefore, your body is fasting or burning energy for 18 of every 24-hour period. And so that's why it's important that we consistently manage that insulin response so that your body has that burning energy as much as possible throughout the day. Your insulin is your glucose fuel source. And then we want to be able to really tap into that fat burning fuel. That's the goal, right? So, and this is only possible when your insulin levels are reduced. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about that. A little bit more about insulin. So, insulin is the major hormone that we're going to work on balancing um, in this program to support you and your health and also your hormonal health. It's very important for that. So, what happens when insulin levels are elevated? Your cholesterol is elevated. Your triglycerides, so that means your fat concentration in the blood is elevated. It will elevate your stress hormones, that's your adrenaline, as well as your cortisol. So, when insulin is elevated, it will decrease your melatonin, and that's your sleep hormone. It will decrease your DHEA, and so that's your body's ability to build other hormones. It will decrease your human growth hormone, and it will decrease your body's ability to break down fat. And so that is why we want to keep insulin as low as possible throughout the day. So, how does metabolic balance work? The foundation of the program is based on your unique lab values. So, the most important piece is that you get your blood work done. Once your blood work is completed, your labs come directly to me through my practitioner portal, and I will take all the results from your labs, all of the information from your intake form, from your assessment, and then I will create a profile for you. I will send that to the doctors, which are in Germany, and they will send me your individualized nutrition plan. Okay, so let's talk about that plan now. The program is broken up into 4 phases. So it'll be your preparation phase, your strict phase, relaxed phase, and finally the maintenance phase. So let's go through these a little bit deeper. So, phase one is going to be your 2 day cleanse. This is a very gentle, light 2 day cleanse. It's very manageable, and I will go through and coach you through this 2 day cleanse. Okay, so from there, we're going to move over to phase two, and this is your strict conversion phase, and it's for 14 days. So, for 14 days, you will really follow your plan exactly as it's laid out for you, using the foods that are specifically designed for you. Again, you'll be comfortable. In total, this is going to be your 16-day metabolic reset. So, phase one and phase two is your 16-day metabolic reset. The only part of the plan that is just a little bit more restrictive. And then from there, we move over to phase three. Phase three is a much more relaxed version of phase two. This is where we bring in weekly treat meals and we'll work on adding more foods, cooking oils, condiments. It really does become a lot more relaxed because it needs to be more realistic. And this is where you're going to stay long term. You'll stay in phase three until you've accomplished your desired goal. Now, keep in mind your desired goal isn't necessarily a body composition goal, but an all encompassing health goal. You want to have good energy, you want to have good sleep, mental clarity. And I coach my clients on what I call the four pillars of health. And so that is your nutrition, your exercise, your sleep, your stress, all of those things. And so there'll be a protocol as we go for all four of these, and we will work through these together. So in phase three, it's a lot more of a long term phase to make sure that you can adequately sustain and implement the lifestyle changes that last for a long time. And then you will move into the maintenance phase. This is phase four. And it's really an important phase. There will still be regular accountability check ins. We will monitor your progress to make sure that you can comfortably sustain your new lifestyle. We will put parameters in place so that you know exactly what to do if you feel yourself slip. So, past that, what you'll really follow is these 8 daily rules. So, rule number one is to eat exactly 3 meals per day. As we talked about, the number one hormone that we're working on balancing is regulating your insulin. And so, exactly 3 well-balanced meals per day is what you're going to do. And I assure you that you will be comfortable. Your meals are designed to keep you full in between, so there's no need for snacking, just lots of water in between your meals. Rule number two is to ensure that there is a 5 hour break between your meals. This is to give your insulin and your digestive system a break in between. Rule three, make sure that your meals last no longer than 60 minutes. And this is for you grazers. You know, you have a few bites and you keep working, and a few bites and you keep working, and your meal lasts a very long time. We want to make sure that you have the opportunity to give your insulin a rest and your digestive system a rest in between those meals. And rule number four is very simple. We start each meal with 1 or 2 bites of protein. And when you start your meal with protein, the amino acids will hit your system first, and they will trigger a hormone called glucagon. Glucagon will slow down insulin, but it also signals the leptin response, indicating that you are full. So again, it's all about that hormonal balance. Rule number five is to have 1 protein per meal, 3 different proteins per day. Again, this is for the maximum absorption of amino acids, and we'll talk about this a little deeper shortly. Rule number six, do not eat after 9 p.m. if possible. Of course, if you're like a shift worker or something like that, then we can talk about it and accommodate that. Rule number seven, you will be giving a water prescription. It will be imperative that you drink your water. You can drink more, but you cannot drink less. Water provides, it's just such a vital role in so many functions in the body. And it's also helps with your body's ability to excrete. So 85% of weight loss will happen through urine. So you have to give your body enough of the tools that it needs to be able to excrete that. So your water prescription will be very, very important. And then very simple, rule number 8 is an apple a day. So you will choose one of your 3 meals to include your daily apple. It's a powerful packed multivitamin. It lowers your uric acid and it helps to draw toxins to the colon then for elimination. All right, let's talk about the biological values of proteins. So this is why we consume only 1 protein per meal. There are 8 essential amino acids, and your body can only absorb these when they are at equal levels in the food. So, for example, let's take an egg. It has a perfect score of 100. And so this means that your body will absorb 100% of all of the amino acids that are in an egg. And so, depending on the food, the biological value can decrease. So, take here, you'll see the cow's milk, it's at 91, soybean is at 76, and white bread is at 44. And so, we want you to be absorbing as much as possible of all of the 8 essential amino acids. And again, your body's only capable of absorbing when all of the levels are equal. You'll see the lines there, and it shows where they're equal. So that is why combining proteins will decrease your body's ability to absorb. And so this is why, as often as possible, we want to stick with just one protein per meal. So what does a meal plan look like? This is a simple sample meal plan. So, what a lot of my clients say is how much they appreciate that these are completely flexible suggestions. So, this list right here, it's not a, day one, day two, and day three and repeat. It's not color coordinated. You really have 9 completely interchangeable options so that every time you have a meal, you have 9 meal boxes to choose from. So, it offers a lot of variety and flexibility. And we'll go through further. We would go through this further and look at your specific meal plan and talk about how you interchange these. And so this is a simple sample food list. So you can see you start with proteins here, and you'll have a list of all the proteins that are suggested for you. So this particular client has a number of seafood options. There's some meats, there's some poultry, some yogurt, cheese, legumes, nuts, and seeds. So usually there will be a consumption of eggs in there as well. But again, every nutrition plan is going to be a little bit different depending on your blood chemistry. Also, you'll have a vegetable list. So, vegetables and lettuce are also a part of the same category. You'll have bread. There's always 100% crispy rye bread crackers and whole grain rye bread. Um, and I will show you exactly where to get the best whole grain rye bread. And now you're also going to have fruits. So, remember, you do have that daily apple, but you'll also have some additional fruit choices as well. I would say that most clients do get an additional starch at the beginning. Sometimes it's like oatmeal or potatoes. But again, every individual meal plan is different. And so we start with your specific meal plan, and then we work together to expand and build it from there as you move through the program. So many people ask this question. They want to know, what is metabolic balance's success rate? So, first, we must classify what a successful weight loss program is. So, it's when an individual reaches their goal rate and maintains it for 2 years. So, metabolic balance has a 60 to 80% success rate. This is the only program that has a higher than a 50% success rate in over 35 countries. It is globally the highest success rate. So, to put this in perspective, the next highest in North America is Weight Watchers, and it's at 22%. So, when it comes to a success rate for maintaining your goal for the 2 year period, you can feel really confident knowing that the success rate in metabolic balance is the highest globally. So that I do want to say that is not the only goal of metabolic balance. I love this program because it really is an inflammation lowering program. And that is gives so many other health benefits than just weight loss or weight maintenance. But it is a big question that we get all the time. How much weight can I expect to lose? So the short answer is that everybody will be different. However, a realistic expectation is to expect to lose 5 to 8% of your total body weight during your 16-day reset period. That is when your body is reducing inflammation, it's stimulating enzymes, it's balancing hormones, and it's flushing out all the toxicity. So your body goes through a lot in that first 16-day reset period. So past that, 1 to 2% of your total body weight per week. So that is the optimal weight loss to be achieved. So that is a realistic expectation. Again, 5 to 8% of your total body weight in the first 16 days, and then 1 to 2% per week until your goal weight is achieved. Okay, so let's talk about what you will get in our 12-week program. So we will work on foundations to prepare you for the program while your blood work is being processed. There's just a few things that we think will make it all easier for you to work on before you get your personalized plan. You will also get your, obviously, personalized metabolic balance plan. You will get us supporting you throughout, and that is 12 weeks of one-on-one coaching. And that looks like every 2 weeks via a Zoom meeting, with also a weekly, like a text check-in every week. So you will also get ongoing education on the pillars of health. You will get access to our self-paced course, and that's called The Vital Woman, Energize Your Life. And this is to help you support your long-term lasting lifestyle changes. You will also get access to a Facebook group for metabolic balance participants to share their recipes with each other. And you will have access to our personal private group for our clients to ask questions, to share struggles and wins. Okay, so you get all of that for the introductory price of $9.99. So to be completely honest, I'm not sure how long we will have it at this price, but there you go. So that's all for now. I appreciate your interest in the Metabolic Balance Program. Please let us know if you have any questions. Book your free discovery call if you haven't already. And I look forward to talking with you. Thank you.